Hey, I just wanted to talk a little bit today about console MMOs and, where I think they're going to go. I had a chance to play a little bit of Elder Scrolls Online on the PC recently at a friend's house, and, I have to be honest with you, I wasn't blown away. It reminded me a lot of Skyrim. The interface I thought was a little bit clunky, at least when we moved to console, so that's going to be interesting to watch to see how they're going to clean up the interface when it goes to consoles. And then the other problem, of course, with that MMO specifically, is that they charge a subscription fee. Now, I'm not against a subscription fee. I'm not going to, melt down for $15 a month. But when you are charging $60 for the game, plus I'm assuming that DLC will be additional, just like in World of Warcraft, all of a sudden you start to wonder, is it really a good value? And then, of course, you run into the bigger problem is what's the player base going to be on a console MMO? We know that the PS4 and the Xbox One won't be cross-play compatible, so you won't be able to play an Xbox One player if you have the PS4 or vice versa. And then, of course, you run into the other problem, you can't play the PC people either. And also, if you have a PC account, if you buy the game on console, well, pre-order it before, I think it's like June 30th or wherever when it was supposed to come to consoles, you will get the game for $20 on consoles and be able to port your character. But therein comes another problem. I don't think you'll be able to upload your character from the console version and play on the PC. So you can't really continue on both. It's either, all or nothing. And I think that's a bit of a disadvantage. So, you got your ESO, and then you have other console MMOs like the one I'm playing right now. This is a DC Universe on the PS4. It's also for the PS3 and I think PC. The problem with this game is it's an absolute bore. I mean, it's not horrible bad by any stretch, but it's a free-to-play MMO, which is kind of nice. You can spend the money as you please. There's no subscription fee. It doesn't cost anything to actually get the game or make a character. Um, and you can be able to play it out. I would recommend actually downloading it, even though I said it's a bore for the PS3 if you have it, or PS4, or PC even. The PS4 version, as you can see here, the graphics aren't anything exceptional, but again, it's playable. I guess it is what it is. It's free to play. Now I have bought a little bit of the DLC, but I don't mind spending $5-10 on something and then never having a subscription fee. I kind of think that's how MMO should be. You have Knights of the Old Republic on PC, Lord of the Rings Online. They're just popular free-to-play MMOs. And then of course there's other games like Rift, and to a lesser extent, Guild Wars is a popular MMO, Guild Wars 2. And of course, later this year, speaking of MMOs, Sony's going to have Planetside 2, which is a free-to-play MMO, and eventually I think we're going to get the EverQuest Online, the new version of EverQuest for the PS4. So I do believe that will not be free to play, but I'm not sure. Um, so it'll be interesting. On the Xbox side, the only MMO I know of, and I'm not even sure this is really an MMO, is Fable Legends. And Fable Legends, to me though, from based on the screenshots I'm seeing, it reminds me more of like a beat 'em up kind of. You get to a party, sort of like Phantasy Star Online or Monster Hunter. Speaking of Monster Hunter, that's another game that there is actually an MMO out there for Monster Hunter, but it's only available in the East. The Western Hemisphere hasn't seen the game. I think it actually came out for the Xbox 360 even. I'd like to see that come out to the West. And I know that there's a new one being built with the Crytek engine. Unfortunately, we haven't seen that either. So there's a lot of opportunities for MMOs on consoles, but for whatever reason, we're not seeing it in the West. The only MMOs I have seen are mainly on the PS4, and they're free to play. Even War Thunder, which is borderline an MMO, that's not available for whatever reason in the United States. It's only in Europe. It's you fly a plane basically, and you do missions. It's free to play. You also have kind of quasi MMO such as Warframe, which kind of reminds me of Monster Hunter or Phantasy Star Online. So, and I mean, I enjoy that, and that's free to play. So there definitely is a lot to try, especially on the PS4. Warframe is coming to the Xbox One, and then of course, speaking of their free to play games on consoles, the 360 of course has. They're not really MMOs, but you have War Thunder and World of Tanks. So there's definitely a lot of stuff to play if you don't want to invest a lot of money in the consoles, which is kind of nice for free-to-play games and the MMOs. I'm hoping to, like I said though, to see some more MMOs go to consoles and offer something unique. I mean, as you watch me play DC Universe, it's pretty much World of Warcraft, but not as fun. So, you know, I'm hoping to see some more unique ideas as we go towards MMOs. You know, there were other MMOs on the PS3 that are already dead. I think, Free Realms was a game that was an MMO later in the PS3's life, but one of the first MMOs. So, there's still hope. I'm hoping to see what happens. Hoping to see if Elder Scrolls Online's good. Thanks for watching. This was John.